Now before I get set up, let's just make sure I'm through, and I am. Oh yeah. Here, look at the wire over here on the left. See if anything's moving. Well, the insulation's moving around it. See how the wire's moving ever so slightly? See, I could probably fish that out right now, but I don't want to. Remember, I got to put 2 wires through there. Okay? I've got a piece here. I want this wire to stick out about yay far. You know, something like that. So I can come over here and let that stick out about yay far, and I can cut that off right about there. And if I want, I could measure this, my tape, and I could say 2 feet. It's like 21 inches, and allow for that loop-de up and down 24 inches. And I want it to come out 6 inches or 8 inches on both sides. So, you know, 3 feet, maybe 40 inches. You can cut your wire off. It's better, you're better to be long, all right, than short. You can always cut it back. You can never extend it. And just for the sake of argument, the piece I had held up there was like 39 inches, so I was close without measuring it, okay? So I know this is gonna poke out like that, and this side's gonna poke out like that, okay? Now I need another piece just like this. I'm just gonna hold it. I'm just gonna hold it on the other wire like this. You know, line it up, hold my finger on it, chop that off. I still got a little bit left, and I might use that for something else. I didn't want to just split it in half and then throw away the rest, because I always like enough for some pigtails and stuff, you know, if I ever need them. All right, so now I got my 2 wires. Now it's time to go fishing. You know what? Before I go fishing, I've got to push this insulation back a little bit, because what's going to happen is when I push through the hole there, through the stud, my wire is going to get caught back in this insulation, because the insulation is filling up this entire wall cavity. Okay, so you may have to kind of try to pull that back a little bit or something. Push it back. So I'm going to try to get the wire to the inside of that. If not, maybe I can sneak it on the back side of the insulation and come out behind it. I'm just going to have to try a couple different things there when I'm fishing my wire. Because these are short pieces, you know, I'm going to try to do it without taping them together. Now, what you could do is you could take these 2, you want to stack them on top of each other like that, and then you could tape that. You know what I mean? With some electrical tape. In fact, you know what? Maybe we should just go ahead and do that. And see this one where the tip is sticking out? That could drag into the insulation. I'm just going to cut that off. Like that. And I've got some electrical tape here. And I'm going to tape these. I guess I'll just tape them together just to show you. I mean, I think I could get it without the tape, but we want these to be stacked on top of each other too, so that it goes through my hole in the stud, right? I want to get these flat on flat, so that it's the smallest area possible to go through that hole. And now I can go over the top of it like that and just pull that off, and voila, there I go. Okay? Edge to edge like that, so it's the thinnest area possible going through that hole. Okay? Now, can we do some fishing? Speaking of fishing, I haven't gone fishing forever. Anybody got a fishtail out there you want to send me? Please do so. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of set these on top of each other. And what I could do is I could put another piece of tape here, and one there, and one there. You know, but because this is so short of a area, I think I'll be okay. Now, I've got to find that hole. There it goes. Just push it in there. And I just got to keep going. And hopefully I can feel it. And I feel it. Now I got to pull it back a little bit to get it right there. And there it is. There she blows. Look at that. I'm glad I ran the wire out as far as I did. I got maybe 8 inches or so out, because I got the box is going to be up here, and this has to go up over that, and it's got to kind of snake around and stuff. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I could have made these even a hair longer if I wanted. But anyways, there's that. Now I'm just gonna, I gotta take this tape off of here. Jeez. I didn't cut it deep enough. Just be careful when you're using a sheetrock saw, sheetrock knife like that. And I always use the type of sheetrock knife that has a retractable blade. You can get them without the retractable blade, but then they stick out all the time. You're liable to whack yourself or whatever when you're handing it to somebody else. So every time I use it, I always get in the habit of retracting it before I put it in my nail bag. Every time I pull it out, I know it's not sticking out, okay? Now I can push it out, cut, push it back in, stick it in my nail bag. Away I go. I've got an interesting dilemma. What I should have done is I need to make sure that this box is going to fit in there, right? This cut-in box. I got these wires in my way. So it's all right. I can pull this back a little bit. You know, I can push them back through. It's easy enough now. Just get them out of the way. Right there, wherever they went, I can feel them. Okay? Now I can take this wire here. I'm just going to push this up in here. Bye-bye. Like that. I know that's not hot now, remember? I'm going to take my box. Make sure the screws are pushed in all the way. These flaps are down. Now I'm just going to test this. Make sure it's going to fit. Okay? And voila. It's going to fit nice in there. I wanted to check that anyways, because the last thing I want is to cut these backs off, push all the wires in here, and then start pushing it in there and it not fitting. Then you got to pull the wires back out. You're trying to cut the side of it. You might damage the wall, whatever. So get in the habit. Whenever you're going to put a cut-in box in, check it and make sure it fits. And I'm looking at this for lining straight up and down. They did a really good job there. This nicely straight up and down, so that's fine. That'll work. Okay. Now I guess I can get those wires back out of there. Hey, don't mind me. Yeah, I'm working at night again a little bit. It's getting dark outside. Plus, I got to put the light on in here. There's not very much light in here, and you know, it puts a few shadows on the wall. But hey, this is not a professional video. Never said I was a professional videographer, and doing all the lights and all that kind of stuff. You know, I don't have that much money to put in these videos, because if I did, you know, I couldn't afford putting out as many videos as I do, okay? So that's something you're just going to have to live with. And I think you can appreciate an average Joe trying to help you out, can't you? Okay, so I got that wire coming in. I know that's the existing wire. Now I got to fish these other wires back out of here. Just push that through. like that, just where they were before. No harm. Okay? So far, so good. Now remember, before I put the box in, I want to rearrange the insulation. You thought I was going to forget, huh? Okay, so remember I had all the insulation shoved over here. Now I just want to kind of redirect that insulation and get it pushed back in there where it was before. Do the best you can. It may not be 100% perfect, but what I'm trying to do is loosen it up in the wall, because the more it fits in the cavity, the better it is. You don't get the R value, the R factor in insulation when you have it all crammed together, FYI. Okay. Okay, so looks like got that. I want to make sure that I kind of dig a little cavity in the insulation. When the box goes back in there, I don't want the back of the insulation matting up to where I can't push the box in, right? I gotta make sure I got enough room there. I got some insulation there, there, and there. Make sense? Okay. Now we're about ready to tackle these cut-in boxes.